certainly don't make any promises, but when I do get a request for a recipe, I do try and fulfill that. Someone mentioned that they would like some cheese scones, so I've decided to make some cheddar and leek as my version. And of course, we're going to be using the Ninja Foodi, and I'm going to be making these on bake. These really are quite easy to achieve, and they go really nice with a bowl of hearty soup. That is how we're going to be eating them. So I hope you enjoyed today's recipe. Don't forget to hit the like button for me because it really does help my channel a lot. And if you're new here, then welcome to Susannah's Kitchen, and hit the subscribe button below. It's free to become one of my subscribers, and if you want to turn on that notification bell, then YouTube will let you know when I upload another recipe video. All of my printable recipes and also my cookbooks are available over on my website. It's www.susannahskitchen.uk. I've also got over there my accessories page, and that links through if you want to purchase anything that I use in my videos. So I think a lot of people find that really useful so that they know it's going to fit in the Ninja Foodi or it's going to work well with the Ninja Foodi. So thank you so much for joining me. Let's go and make these scones. But before I go, comment, do you say scones or scones? To make my leek and cheese scones, or leek and cheddar, we're going to start off by having our pot on sear and saute, and I'm going to add my butter. That's 30 grams of butter that I've put in there. Just going to let that butter just melt down in the pot. Then we can add in our leek. I've got one leek which I have finely sliced, and we basically just want to soften that down. Probably going to take around 5 minutes. Then I'm going to remove that and set that aside. But it's really important that you cook your leek first. You don't want to be putting it in raw and missing this step. Okay, that's starting to melt. I'm just a bit impatient. Let's just pop the leeks in. It'll be absolutely fine. Okay, so leeks are in. You may need to turn down the sear and saute after a while if it gets a little bit too much heat in there, but you're going to be able to tell that just by looking at it and seeing what's happening. So I'll be back in around 5 minutes and I'll show you the difference. You can see already how those are changing. They've just had a minute or two. They're really starting to soften down. Obviously using that amount of butter does most definitely help with this process. Turn down the sear and saute a little bit now. I'm just going to leave those a little bit longer. Okay, I think I am pretty happy with these now. I'll just show you the consistency. They are all softened and they're just all shredded down really nicely. They look great. So turn off your sear and saute and get those out, set them aside. Okay, so now we're going to start making the actual scones. So in here I've got 225 grams of self-raising flour, teaspoon of baking powder, 50 grams of butter, which you can see I have just chopped up in little chunks because we're going to rub that in and that's cold. We've got a teaspoon of dried parsley. I've seasoned it with a little bit of salt and pepper. Over here, I've got my cheese, Dijon mustard, and my milk. So let's begin by just rubbing in the butter. Just using your fingers and your thumbs. So your thumbs sort of rub against your fingers, and that is going to create a kind of breadcrumb texture. Takes a little while. I'm really not very patient with things, which is quite annoying really. I wish I was a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more chilled, but I am 100 miles per hour with most things. So yeah, I do have to try and be patient to make sure that I get this all rubbed in before I move on to the next stage. These are going to be super yummy. The smell of the leeks in the kitchen right now is so good because they've been cooked in that butter. They taste amazing. And then this is really simple, but I think, you know, the use of a nice mature cheddar is a key thing. And then of course your Dijon mustard adds that little bit of a tang, a little bit of a kick. It's very subtle though. Just complements it really nicely. Okay, I think I am pretty happy now. I think we are there really. We've got a nice crumbed texture. One little bit there. that should do the job. So let's add in our grated cheese. Let's give that a little mix through, just to combine the cheese in with the rest of the ingredients. Now my leeks, I've just laid my leeks out, you know, so they're really flat to give them the most surface area, so they're going to cool off as quickly as possible. So whilst we're doing this, they are cooling off. Let's grab our Dijon mustard, shall we? I might actually, so a teaspoon, I might actually add that to my milk, because I think that's going to then spread through the dish more evenly than if I put that straight in like now with the flour and that. Let's do that. Okay, so mustard in with the milk. Let's go and grab the leeks. Okay, let's scrape all of those leeks in. Let's just mix those through, and then we can start adding our mustardy milk, and that's going to bring this all together because we need to create an actual dough here. So let's get some of that in. You'll see underneath I've got a silicone mat at the ready. These are just the ones from Amazon, and they are not very expensive at all, and I do use them a fair amount, more than I thought I would, if I'm honest. And they're very, very handy indeed to have, and they really do wash, like you're just literally hand wash them, give them a quick rinse, and they are good to go again. You get a pack of 2 of those. They're linked on my accessories page for you. And that's on my website. That's www.susannahskitchen.uk. And my cookbooks are available over there. And also, if you do want my recipes, or any of my recipes, including this one, there's almost 400 of them now on the website, and they are all printable. And there's loads and loads of choice, loads of different functions, you know, from air fry to pressure cook, baking recipes, you know, desserts. There is a bit of everything on there. You can grab yourself a subscription for the year and have access to all of that as well, which is nice. Last bit of the milk and the mustard. Okay, that is coming together really nicely. So now time to get my hands stuck in. Get to this point and it's a little bit easier. If you feel like you've gone a bit too much with your liquid, obviously just grab a little bit of your flour. It's a little bit sticky. I might have just not measured my milk quite right. So I'll just grab a little bit of flour. It's probably a little bit wet. Just use a little bit of your flour like that, and that soon changes it. That's better. You can see how it wasn't very much that was needed, but we have now got a nice dough there. Just going to scrape everything off of my fingers. We don't want to waste that. Obviously I had clean hands before I started. Brilliant. That is perfect. I'm quite glad actually that was a little bit too sticky, because that kind of just showed you, didn't it, how to rectify that if you have the same issue. So I'm going to roll this dough out. You want it to be around 1 inch thick. If you need to, grab a little bit more flour and just very simply dust the top. Just going to stop your rolling pin from sticking to it. So give this a little roll out. And then you need a cutter of some sort. Doesn't really matter what you use. I've got this metal cutter here, and you just want to cut out some circles to create your scones, or scones. How do you say it? Scones, scones. You should be able to lift it out. Now obviously we have got all these pieces of leek in here, so just like to then sort of tuck them under and reshape it like that. And there is my first scone. Just keep repeating this and re-rolling the dough basically until you've got all of the dough used up, and we've created as many as we can from this. So just the same with that one, tucking in the bits of leek I'm just going to repeat that and I'll be back. This comes back together really well, and you hardly really need to use a rolling pin. You can more or less use your hands. If you haven't got a rolling pin, I wouldn't really worry about it too much. And I'm going to be putting these on a parchment liner. And I'm just going to, before I do that, I'm going to use a little bit of milk, and I'm just going to brush the very tops of these with that, and it's going to give us a nice little glaze. Right, let's get the parchment paper liners ready. Let's get them on to bake. Right, so on the bottom section, I've managed to get 5 of those. Parchment liner, in they go. Now they're not going to cook evenly because we've got a top layer and a bottom layer. If you want to cook some of them and then do a second batch, you could do that. I'm going to have a go at doing them all at the same time, but it does mean that, as I said, some of them are not going to be cooked at the bottom and they're going to need a bit longer. So put that rack in, just having a little fiddle with the parchment just to make sure that those are sitting on the rack nicely. And they're not going to catch too much. Okay, there you go. They are on. Let's get the lid down and let's bake. Okay, so we've had 15 minutes. I flipped these ones on top over halfway through cooking just to get a nice even colour on those. And because they're on the top, I think they would have coloured way too much if I had left them and not flipped them. But this is all about learning and experimenting. But I kind of knew, didn't I, that they're not going to cook evenly. So the ones at the bottom, I'm now going to take off the rack, and they have fluffed up really nicely, and let's carry on cooking those. I've been cooking on 180 on bake, so we'll see how much longer these need. Right, I'm just going to flip these over because we don't want them to be doughy at all. I'm going to do that and just continue just for a minute or two on the other side. They're almost done. I thought you might be interested in the texture of these. So let's grab one. Let's just pull that apart. Look at that. It is soft in there, just as a scone should be. Let's pull it apart totally. You can see that it's not doughy. It's just nice and soft in there with that crispy textured exterior to it. And these are quite oozy with cheese when they're still warm, and they smell absolutely divine. Look at those. So pleased with them. This one's slightly chunkier. Let's just have a look in this one, shall we? Might give you a better view. There you go. You can see the leek and the cheese in there. Look at that texture. Gorgeous. Right, so these had 5 minutes more, then I flipped them, and they've had another 4, just over 4, and they're hot. As you can see, we have now got colour on the bottom, and that should avoid us getting any doughiness. Got a little bit of leek stuck on that one. So I think that they are now ready, so I'm going to get those out. Just going to flip those back over so you can see them. They're nicely golden. And you can feel that they are nice and fluffy, but not doughy inside. We do not want any doughiness in our scones. So that has actually worked no problem, having the 2 layers. Obviously you do need to continue cooking, so you could argue that it's better just to cook one lot at a time. Completely up to you, but I think you're going to know when your scones are done. It's a little bit trickier than doing them in the oven, I would say, because obviously on an oven you've got a large sheet pan and they can all cook at the same equal rate. But it does work in your Ninja Foodi, and I've showed you the texture in there and they look really good. I'm going to let these ones cool down a bit. We'll check the texture of these ones as well, just to make sure that they've come out in the same way. But all is looking good and they smell amazing. I think I'm going to serve these. Obviously you can just serve them with a bit of butter or whatever you want, but I've got a soup for lunch. I think they'll be really nice to go with the soup. Now I'm going to show you these ones whilst they're still warm. Let's go for this one, shall we? Let's break it open. Beautiful. Absolutely perfect. I'm so pleased with these, and I will be giving them a try at lunchtime. I think the cheddar and the leek works really, really well together. So I really hope you give these a try.